So, hello everyone, we're back with another interview today. We're joined with a big Scouser, Kieran Rants. He's a lifelong Everton fan, as you can see in the background. He makes really, really good stuff. He does watch-alongs on YouTube, and he's a quality TikToker as well. So, if you don't know who he is, which is surprising if you're watching one of my videos, make sure you go over, give him a follow or whatever. And yeah, we'll just get straight into it. So, you're a lifelong Everton fan. So, I'm going to start
Yeah.
off with.
Not a Scouser though. Before a lot of people go at me, I'm not a Scouser. I know.
Oh,
I can only
sorry,
see
that's my bad. That's my bad.
So
Yeah.
good. So good. But yeah, go on. Sorry.
Sorry, that's my bad. That's my bad.
Nah,
I'll probably get
go
straight into calling you Scouser in the first place.
Just I see the comments. Oh, he's a wall. He's a wall. Nah,
Yeah.
mate, honestly, the comments are mental. But go on. Sorry.
Nah. Right. We'll start off with Everton. We were talking about it before. Who is your favorite Everton player of all time, and then who is your favorite, like, just general football player of all time? You can do if it's both. If it's the same player for both, that's fine.
I'd say it's a tough question because obviously, as a kid growing up, you do watch people like Tim Cahill and all of them, like that sort of era. But I didn't really watch them fully play, so I don't think I'd say one of them. I'm gonna have to say Lukaku.
Lukaku.
I think Lukaku is an absolute beast. And look, I know he's not really an old player. He's an absolute beast, honestly. And I remember watching him play, just unstoppable. He really was. And there's a bit of a nostalgia around him as well now, because obviously we haven't had a goal scorer since him, and he was just a god. You know what I mean? He just felt like he was a powerhouse up front, and just nothing was stopping him. So definitely it's got to be Lukaku. And did you ask me my favorite player right now?
Well, you can do favorite footballer ever, and then favorite player at the minute as well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. At the minute, probably Ben Godfrey. We all know this.
Yeah, so I've seen the videos. Ben Godfrey.
Yeah, it's just Ben Godfrey. It's just Ben Godfrey, whatever you want to call him. Yeah. He's just an absolute machine as well. He just fights for the club, fights for the badge, and really, he's just you just love him. You love him as an Everton fan. So yeah, got to be Ben Godfrey and Lukaku.
Would you say he's one of the signs of the season?
Oh, that's a difficult one. Everton sign of the season, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that, you know what, even though he might not be the best player, well, actually, I do say that he might not be the best player on the pitch, but he's just been amazing. Every single game he plays, he's just amazing, and he's had a bigger impact, I would say, over like Alan and Decore and the Everton team. But then if you look at it from like a wider point of view, you've got Diaz, haven't you? I would argue that he's probably better than Edison Cavani, like signing of the season anyway. I think
Diaz, easily.
Yeah.
Like I have a video on mine, and I would say, I don't even know why you compare Diaz to Cavani and like what they've actually done. I think Cavani, like as much as Cavani's been so good, I actually don't think he's played the full season he's been here. He's played well for half the season, whereas Diaz has been so good the whole season.
So I would say probably Rafinha gets a shout from Leeds, but sign of the season's definitely going to be Diaz. And I put Godfrey sort of in that mix of, he's not done everything, but he's done quite a good, he's done quite a lot well. So yeah, he's up there anyway, top 5.
Definitely, yeah. You've been good defensively, and I would say that's what it's down to. Like I feel if you're putting if you're saying like your team of the season, like Martinez and Ederson, like yes, Ederson might be the overall better goalkeeper, but it's what Martinez has done at Aston Villa will put him ahead. That's why you could make a case for Ben Godfrey being one of the signs of the season, what he's done in transforming that Everton defense.
Yeah, absolutely. He has done it. Yeah, he's done exactly what Diaz has done, just on a bit of a smaller scale, because obviously I don't know what Diaz is. He's just different gravy, isn't he? Like he's going to be dominating the world scene for the next 5 years or so. So yeah, Godfrey's done well though. I must give him credit.
Yeah. So moving on from your favorite player of all time to your favorite moment. I take it you've been to multiple Everton games.
Not many, but I've been to a few. Yeah.
We'll not get on that at the minute. We'll say, what's your favorite moment supporting the club? Your favorite moment supporting Everton, if there is any.
That is a tricky one. That, you know what, I was talking about this yesterday, right? On my watch along, and we were talking about our least favorite moment. I know that's not the question, but I always just think of biggest moment in the past 10 years being when we lost that semi-final against Man United. That was my worst moment. I just hated that. And I instantly think of that, because for Everton, best moment, it is quite hard to come down to, because you look back in 2000, and I think it was 2010, we lost the FA Cup final. We lost the semi-final like a few years ago. So probably best moment. That's a really tricky one. That is a really tricky one.
It could be like a single game as well, like a big comeback, or you've got Champions League football as well. Would that not be
actually,
a moment?
You know what? I just remembered now. Naismith scoring a hat trick. That was like my first big moment. When I was a child, anyway. He scored a hat trick against Chelsea. I forgot what the exact score was, but it was like 3-0 Everton. Naismith scores a hat trick in the first half. And I'd say there's another moment as well. You know, that time period in between Marco Silva and Ancelotti, and we had Duncan Ferguson. So in that time period where we had Duncan Ferguson and we didn't lose, all of those games were amazing.
Yeah,
absolutely amazing. Obviously Chelsea, we won. Man United, we drew away from home, and obviously that was a massive thing last season because we never used to get results away from home. So that period probably has been the best moment in recent history.
Yeah, no, that's good though. Like that's good that's the moment. I think that it kind of shows. It's kind of a bad way in a thing, but then at the same time, it's good that you know how far you've come as a club. Like that's really good for that to be the actual period. And then I'll ask you, just as I was asking about how you've been to any games, what would you say your best home game and your best away game are that you've been to?
Well, I haven't been to many. I mustn't lie. I've been to like 5, so I haven't been to any away games. But I'll tell you about home games. Probably the best one, I guess. Well, every time I've gone, we've lost every game bar one. So I've been like a bad luck charm going there. So I might not go next year. You know what I mean? Try not to give any bad luck to anyone. But it was just that 1-0 win against Stoke, first day of the season. The crowd was, I give credit to Goodison. It's always immense, the crowd. As long as you're not losing anyway. Exactly. So it was I'd say 1-0 win against Stoke, first day. Rooney came back. That was Rooney's when he came back. Rooney's sort of debut in a way, I guess, whatever you want to call it. So it was Rooney's first day back. We still had Coman, obviously, but we'll move past that. And it was quite a good day out. I mustn't lie.
That's good. That's good. Where's your local team? Unless it is Everton, where is the local team for you?
I assume Tranmere, probably. Around Birkenhead area, so I'm not too far from Goodison. It's just like
well, if you're Birkenhead, you're very close. Yeah, that's where you get the boat over if you're going from Northern Ireland. To be fair, but like I was gonna say, if you've been to any other games that aren't Everton, could you talk about any of those?
I've been to one Tranmere game, so I haven't been. I know I haven't been to many. I might get criticised for that and whatnot, but I've been to a Tranmere game. I couldn't tell you who it was because I was a little kid. Because I'm not sure. You probably don't know, but Tranmere are in League 2, potentially going up to League 1 this week, and their tickets are so cheap, like literally £10 a ticket.
Oh yeah, they have a mad stadium for they were a conference team a couple of years ago. They're in the National League. They have a mad stadium for that and stuff as well. It's quite big and stuff. Yeah, one of my mates went ages ago and he was showing me photos, and obviously I've seen it on TV as well. No, they've got a mad
they've been quite up and down, Tranmere, over the years. So
didn't they have like something like liquidation with money or something like that?
Yeah, it's the owners. The owners aren't the best. I think the manager hasn't been that good either recently. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a Tranmere historian, but I know the managers haven't clicked, the owners haven't clicked, and then when you haven't got that in the leagues, League 1, League 2, you just you're messed up, aren't you?
Yeah.
So
yeah, definitely. Right, moving on. We'll talk more about Everton again. Who do you think Everton's best ever signing was?
Best ever signing.
If you wanted to.
It's going to link back into Lukaku. Lukaku, man.
I think that's a no-brainer, really.
Yeah, Lukaku. I don't think Naismith actually. It's more nostalgia when I talk about Naismith. I really liked him when I was growing up as a kid. Same with Jelavic. I'm not sure if their actual goals and whatnot and their stats match up with how good they were or how good I felt they were. But Lukaku, recent memory right now. I mean, honestly, recently we've had some of our best signings. This year,
James Rodriguez going to Everton.
Yeah.
Like he would be a superstar in the football world. I thought that was like a really good transfer for Everton. Maybe he hasn't done the most, but if we're talking about it's like when Leicester fans talk about getting Eston Cambiasso, to talk about maybe he wasn't that good, but it was just such a big name to bring to the club as quality. So
actually, you know what? There's a bit of recency bias because I don't really want to say this season we've had some of the best players, but James Rodriguez for a free, Alan for 20 million. Those absolute world-class names, especially James Rodriguez, and then you've got some absolute brilliant sort of the players that work hard for the team and not all just rely on talent, like Decore and Godfrey recently have been amazing. So I'd say this summer we've had one of the best windows for about 5-6 years, to be quite honest with you.
I remember at the start of the season when I was thinking of like who would win the league, whatever. I honestly thought for like top 6 or top 7, I really put Everton up there. I think I put Everton 6th, just on the signings you had made. You know, I just thought you had probably the best window, maybe Aston Villa as well, but I thought you had a proper quality window this summer. He's really strengthened the squad.
Thing is, we could have got 6th this year, and I'm not sure what the questions are, whether or not you're going to link into it, but we should have finished 6th this year, you know. If we would have just won 2 more games, and I know it's like, if, buts, maybes, whatever you want to call it. If we would have won 2 more games, though, we would have been up there. I mustn't lie, we would have been in top 6, but yeah, I think next year we will be looking at it like we can do something.
It's been so close this year, but I feel it's been very mistake-ridden. It's more like no team has been like really, really good. I think a lot of teams, like you look at like Spurs, Arsenal, Liverpool, who have been so poor compared to other seasons. But then you look at like West Ham, even Leeds and Villa, maybe, and then obviously Everton, who have been like somewhat better than people expected them to be. So I think this year's league has been very weird in the sense of like no one's, apart from City, no one's been a real standout. And then I think next year, the title chance in the top 6 race next year should be quality.
Yeah.
The top 4, especially like Liverpool, Chelsea, United, City, who should have Chelsea under Tuchel with a full season, United with a couple of signings, Liverpool with a full strength squad, and then City looking to build on the back of last season. Then you have the top 6 race. If Arsenal could get like a good manager, maybe a couple of signings, and then Spurs with like a proper rebuild of that club with a new manager as well. And then you've got Everton and West Ham and even Villa who are looking to build on it. If Villa can keep holding Jack Grealish, I think the title race next year, the top 8 should be proper quality. Leicester as well, obviously.
Yeah. Absolutely. No, and I think that, I think Everton are definitely going to be up there next year.
Yeah. I hope so. Like I've always remember telling you about like my brother's wife being like an Everton fan. I've always had a wee soft spot for Everton. I think it comes from the fact that Everton hate Liverpool and I hate Liverpool. It was more just a mutual respect in the middle. So I've always been a big fan of Everton. I'd say I hate saying they're my second favorite team, but they would be up there as in like someone I'd have a lot of affiliation with. But going from their best signing, what do you think Everton's worst ever signing was?
Where do I even start? Do I need to get the list out? Honestly,
the book.
There's one name in particular that you can just answer straight away. Davy Klassen for 40 million. I think that's the first name that comes into mind.
Ajax, wasn't it?
Yeah, didn't work at all. He just the pace. He didn't match the pace of the Premier League. Cuckoo Martina, right back, another poor signing. Kone, Samuel Eto'o for a year, even though I'm not sure after if he was that bad, but it's just sort of like so sort of signings. Nisaid, or whatever, however you say his name, for like 20-30 million. I know he did get frozen out by Coman, but still it's a bad signing. Tucson, even Balassi was a bad signing. Besic, another bad signing. Or any of them.
Besic at CDM, he was an absolute animal. Yeah. He's a red card merchant.
He just doesn't. Just none of them worked. I don't think. I know they might have had a few quality, like good games and whatnot, and a good season. But look at them now. Where are they? They're either frozen out on the Everton team, or they left for like 20 million or something stupid like that. So there's a lot. There's
like Alex Iwobi's in there as well.
Oh yeah, actually, let's talk about Alex Iwobi. Actually, honestly, he's been. It was 40 million when you add up all the bonuses and everything. He's been. He was a panic buy. He was a panic buy in the last day of the season by Marco Silva, and he's been absolutely awful. Like he's been one of the worst players in that team this season and last season as well. I'm sorry, he is. You can also talk about Gbamin as well. He hasn't played. He's played 2 games, I think, 2 half games, and the game against Crystal Palace for half, which was like 20 minutes. You got Bernard. Another awful signing. I don't think he's worked at all. He was on a free, which means his wage, but he's on an absolute ton on his wages. I mean, it's just bad signing after bad signing. And I'd even argue that this season, Josh King's been a bad signing as well. He's not been one of the worst ones because he hasn't got any game time.
Like he's only a bad signing because of how good DCL's been. He just hasn't gone into the team.
I think that he's a bad signing just because Carlo Ancelotti doesn't play him. Yeah, exactly as you said. He just doesn't. He doesn't play for the team. He doesn't have a look in the team.
It was such a weird signing, though. Like you bought him in January, didn't you?
Yeah, it made sense on paper. Thinking we sold Tucson on a loan, and we needed a backup striker.
I don't know if he's backup material. I think he's better than backup material.
He might be. I don't know. He might be. I heard he could be going to Norwich next year or Galatasaray. I think he's got the ability to do quite well, but he just hasn't clicked at Everton, really hasn't. Because we needed a winger and a striker. We needed two backups. We've got Josh King who can play across the wing or a striker. So that's what happens with Josh King. And you can even argue, I would say Olsen's been a poor signing this year. Anyone can argue me on that. I'm not saying he's one of the worst ones, by the way. I'm just saying he has been poor this year. Just not good enough, in my opinion.
Yeah. I remember, like, you got Morgan Schneiderlin as well. Maybe he's not been that bad. But
oh, no, he was another one. Yeah, I just remembered him now. Yeah, another bad one.
I feel Alex Iwobi, when you got a spot on, it was a panic buy. It was like, balls, we need a winger here. And I don't know, I've never ever been impressed with him. I honestly think, and I know it sounds a bit funny saying it, but I honestly think if JJ Okocha wasn't his uncle, I don't think he'd be anywhere near any teams.
You might not be, to be honest with you. Like, you might not be. I think his best moment was probably when he scored one goal in the Europa League final in Baku.
Yeah,
that's what I think. You can also say actually as well, Gylfi Sigurdsson for 40 million. I just remembered him now.
Oh, I don't know. I think Sigurdsson's decent enough. Like, he's, I remember, like, was it the Cruyff tournament? He just stuck one top corner against Leicester.
Yeah. He's had two. I think it was one or two good seasons, I guess. But so I'm not going to call him a bad signing, but I'd say recently he's not done well.
You think for the price tag as well for 40 million? Yeah. And how good he was at Swansea as well, you're kind of expecting a lot more. So in fairness, when you talk about it that way, it probably was maybe under par.
Yeah.
Speaking of signings now, if there was one player ever, and I've asked everyone this, I think I've asked everyone all these questions, but I think this is the one that gets people thinking, if there's one person ever you could sign that would fit in, dead, alive, retired, or whatever, you could fit in the Everton team that would actually work in the system, who would it be and why?
Right, well, we need a left winger or a right winger.
Messi and Ronaldo are exempt, by the way. You can't just go out and get Messi.
I was gonna say one of them, yeah. God, that is a difficult one. That is a really difficult one. So I'm just thinking, who's the world class wing? Who's like the world class winger that would fit in the team and actually play for the team?
Ronaldinho.
I'll take him. Yeah. Honestly, I'd literally be open to having any sort of winger in the team. I'm not sure what type of winger we need, though. Do we need, you know what I mean? That's a difficult one.
Would you be looking for someone to benefit DCL, or would you be looking for like an out-and-out goal scorer?
What I wouldn't mind either. That's the thing. I don't know which. I would say potentially. I know this is going to sort of maybe stir up a bit of controversy, right? But I would say you put Mo Salah in this Everton team, how many more goals do you score? I'm not saying he would be the one, because I would be open to it. But you put Mo Salah in this team now, how many more goals would you score? I know there's probably a few better options, and guys, I want you to comment who you'd put in the team. But for me, I'm open to it, because we just need a winger that will either score as many goals as possible or will feed in the balls to Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Now, the reason why I'm not saying it should be a winger that only feeds in the balls to Dominic Calvert-Lewin is because then we are only relying on Dominic Calvert-Lewin to do well. And Dominic Calvert-Lewin, for me, we can't rely on him all the time because he's had goal droughts. You saw it against Sheffield United this weekend. He missed a sitter, and he missed a bunch of sitters against Crystal Palace. It was Crystal Palace like a month or two ago. So he's not reliable, and that's why I'm sort of erring on the side of I want a goal scoring type winger. And I was going to say Messi, but obviously he's exempt, isn't he? So
do not get me started on Dominic Calvert-Lewin. He was playing Sheffield United at Bramall Lane, and I triple captained him in the Fantasy League, and he got 3 points. He got 1 point in the whole game. I was expecting DCL. It was just when he was on that, like, wasn't he like? Didn't he score like 6 games in a row or something like that?
Yeah.
I can't remember. And he was on this absolute scoring right now as a grand. Got a triple captain him this weekend, and he got 3 points. I got 1 point, and then I triple captained him. And then of course you got in triple captain Bale. Or did you just captain?
No. I just captained Bale, but I did
Yeah.
triple captain DCL for the Anfield game. You know, when we were against Liverpool
Oh
away from
yeah,
home at
Richarlison
Anfield, and he
scored.
still got more points. So if that doesn't prove anything to you, Dominic
Yeah.
Calvert-Lewin got more points away at Liverpool than away at Sheffield
Sheffield
United.
United.
But
Yeah.
I just captained Bale, I think, normally, and
Yeah.
but I still got points for him, which was quite decent. Not
Oh
gonna lie.
yeah, it was like you triple captained them the week he had.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No,
Scored a
that's
hat trick
that's
and
that's a
everything.
good one.
Amazing.
I would say maybe someone just to answer your question. I'm not an Everton fan, so I
Yeah.
don't really have any place in saying this. But I thought just when you were thinking about who you could put in the team, do you think someone like Eden Hazard would really benefit you because
Oh
he
yeah.
does have the ability to
Yeah.
score goals, but he does have the ability to link in with strikers. You're talking about like when you said
Mm-hmm.
Salah, it made me think of Hazard because every time someone says Salah, it makes me think prime Hazard versus prime Salah. So I was thinking maybe an Eden Hazard would be someone you'd get.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely, yeah.
But
I'd be well
it's like
open
you
to
said, you
that.
could take
Yeah.
anyone that was world
Mm-hmm.
class and put them in that team. You take anyone. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's someone
I
like
think
that kind of player.
yeah, if you're looking at it now, who do you rather want, Salah or Hazard in that
Yeah.
team? You probably would err on the side of Hazard, actually, wouldn't you?
Mhm.
I think because, as you said, Salah is just a ruthless goal scorer, and that's why I would have picked him because he put Salah in any team, and he scores 20 goals. That
Yeah.
boosts you up. A bit like what Kane does at striker. He
Mhm.
just boosts you. Yeah, and that's why Tottenham have stayed in the race for the top 6.
Yeah.
So I'd be open to Hazard. Yeah, I'd well be down for that.
I think the Hazard Salah debate is so weird, and I think I've talked about it so much. It's literally just what do you want out of a player? It's like yes,
Mm-hmm.
Salah or Hazard, sorry, would probably it's probably on paper by far the better footballer easily, but it's just what you want. It's like you said, Salah will get you 20 goals a season. Hazard will get you 20 goals and assists a season. He will get you 20 goal contributions, but it's what Salah does all or Hazard does off the ball. It's like if Salah doesn't score, he doesn't contribute to the game whatsoever. Whereas Hazard is so much more with a link-up player as well. So I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally what do you want, and how does your team play as well? So yeah, I think the Hazard Salah debate is so tough. But yeah,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
moving on from that, what are your expectations for Everton next season?
Guaranteed top 6, I reckon. I think
Nice.
that's fair enough in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's fair enough. Yep, guaranteed top 6. I don't care where it is. Don't care if it's top 4. Don't care if it's the title. Don't care if it's 6th, 5th. You've got to get 6th. I'm sorry we should have got it this season, and we've got a world class manager. Another season. If we get a good summer and we don't sign people like Kieran Trippier, right? You know, if we get a decent summer, we should well get top 6.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's good. That's bold. That's a good statement to come out with. Like, I think,
and I'm not even too bothered about a cup run. As well, the only time I'm bothered about a cup run is if we win it. You know what I mean? If we get to the final of a cup, it doesn't matter at the end of the day, does it?
No.
So look, I take winning a cup and finishing like 7th or getting top 6.
Yeah. No, I get that. No, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I would probably agree. Like, I could see Everton getting top 6 easily next season as well. So moving on from your expectations to the predictions. So I'm going to ask you, and I've asked everyone this. What are your relegation predictions? So who do you think will go down? And then we were obviously saying because the playoffs haven't been decided yet. So I would just say because I want them to go up, I'm just going to say Brentford will go up.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So say Brentford to go up, and then obviously Norwich and Watford. Who do you think will go down? And then the top 4, who do you think will win the top 4, and then the 5th and 6th as well? So Europa League spots too. What are your top 6 and then your relegation picks for next season?
So let's just say they keep the same. Are we doing it so they keep the same team right now? No sort of hypothetical signings. Yeah. I would say, Watford go back down straight away.
Yeah.
I feel that Crystal Palace won't because they've got Lampard now. Well, they haven't got Lampard, but I think they will get Lampard. Don't think Newcastle are going down.
Oh no.
I think Brighton are going down.
I hope so. I hate Brighton for some reason.
So Brighton, Watford, and Norwich on the last day. Oh. Now, the reason why I say Brighton is just because especially with that squad, unless they get a striker, and especially with that squad, they don't score. So I would say Brighton, Norwich, Watford.
Mm-hmm.
Then to win the league, I'm going with City because I don't want Liverpool to win it. So
yeah,
Man City. 2nd is Chelsea. 3rd and 4th are Liverpool and Man United.
Mm-hmm.
5th is Leicester. 6th is Everton.
Oh,
And
right. I'll ask you,
then
where do Tottenham and Spurs finish? Yeah, or Tottenham and Spurs, Tottenham and Arsenal.
Tottenham are not 8th, sorry. Tottenham are 7th. Arsenal on 9th. Oh yeah, I should have just done. Sorry, West Ham are after Tottenham.
Yeah.
And then. Oh no, actually. Hang on. No. Leeds are 7th.
Oh.
Tottenham are 8th. West Ham are 9th. Arsenal are 10th. Because it's talking about the exact same squad, isn't it?
So someone clip this for next season.
It's quite hard. I'm telling you now, though, Tottenham will drop off if they sell Harry Kane, and it looks like they're going to sell Harry Kane.
Yeah.
So, yeah, look, I think that's the top half, and then I'm going to be honest, I don't really care about in between.
I'm not bothered about Southampton and Crystal Palace finishing 12th and 13th to do every single season. Yeah, no, or Wolves or something. Yeah, no, it doesn't bother. I don't really care about that, to be honest.
All of them are just finishing now.
That's a good shout. That is. Leeds to finish 7th.
Mm-hmm.
I think, if Tottenham do sell Harry Kane, Son will struggle.
Yeah.
And the whole team will struggle because of it.
Yeah.
Like, he's a top goal scorer and the top assister. Like, you got to wonder, where would Spurs be this season without him?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't think they're in this top 6 race at all. I think they are on the same level of Arsenal. To be honest with you.
Who do you how do you think the top 4 finishes, the top 6, because it is very tight at the minute? How do you think that finishes? Like, who qualifies for Champions League this season? Like, the last 2 games of the season, who gets it?
I think that Leicester get it.
Mm-hmm.
Liverpool get it.
Oh,
Chelsea finish 5th. And I'm just going to back West. I know for a fact that Spurs are going to get 6th, but I really, really hope that West Ham gets 6th.
Yeah.
So I'd say Tottenham 6th, unfortunately, and West Ham 7th. And and the reason I say Liverpool is because I just feel like they always get away with it somehow. They always do it. They always are able to do well and whatnot. And look, if they finish top 4 this season, they'll just sit as a write-off and go again next year.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I think.
If I'd love to ask someone who knows this, because I've been trying to figure it out. So City or Chelsea are going to win the Champions League. If Chelsea finish 5th and win the Champions League, does that mean Liverpool are out of the Champions League?
No, I don't think so. No.
Yeah, because
I think that
what if City and United win the Champions League and the Europa League? Does that mean 7th place gets Europa? It's so weird. I honestly don't know it.
I don't know if it actually changes it. I don't know what it does, but I would assume that potentially 8th gets Europa qualifiers, and then 9th gets Conference League. But with this whole Conference League now, probably 8th just gets Conference League, sadly.
Yeah.
I've seen there's been seasons where 8th has got Europa League, hasn't there? I'm not sure which one, but there has been.
I think West Ham finished 7th or 8th and got the qualifying thing, because I remember watching Spencer FC when he was going around in the qualifying, when he was going all them countries. But I can't remember. If someone knows, if you're watching this and you know, leave it down in the comments, because I don't know. I don't even know what you could Google for that, because it's so weird.
Yeah.
Because obviously, I think City are favourites to win. I think also we are favourites to win the Europa League as well, United. So I think if City would have done it, that leaves 5th open for Champions League, isn't it? If City win it. Or Chelsea if they finish top 4. And then if United win Europa, does that mean obviously if 5th gets Europa, if 5th gets Champions League, 6th and 7th are guaranteed Europa. And then if United win the Europa League, it means 8th gets Europa League as well.
Yeah.
So weird.
That's what I would think anyway. I would think that 8th gets some sort of Europa League.
Yeah.
But Conference League comes into it now, doesn't it? So I don't think many people know about it.
No, yeah. Like I knew it was there, but I don't actually know what it does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I just hope that Europe goes to 8th, because we're probably going to finish 8th.
Yeah.
And we may get Europe.
It's the 8 Premier League teams in the Europa League next season. Europa League next season could also be pretty mad as well, because you've Juventus, they're probably going to get Europa League, aren't they? And then if you had Liverpool, Spurs, and even an Everton or Arsenal that could sneak in there as well, like you could have a pretty saucy Europa League next season.
No, definitely. I mean, even if Chelsea qualify for Europa League, they definitely are favourites to get, the Europa League title. Liverpool win it. Liverpool get in Europa League. They're guaranteed to be favourites. I would question Tottenham though. I know Tottenham are a good team, but they are bottle jobs, aren't they? You saw the bottom
when they played with Dynamo Zagreb this year, like in a must-win game, and they lost 3-0. Oh yeah, that was I don't know if Tottenham really have it in them to win any trophies. Like
they are the biggest bottle jobs, I must say. Tottenham.
Yeah.
So, but no, you're right. It'd be interesting, and it'll be interesting to see how Juventus actually cope as well, because obviously Ronaldo's going to leave. So it'll be interesting to see.
Ronaldo's going this summer.
Oh yeah, he will. He will. Yeah, I'm not sure where to, but he will go because why? I don't know why he'd want to stay there. To be honest with you, he's much better than it, and he can do a lot more without them. And they'll let him go for cheaper, I reckon, because they want to rebuild with all their wages being, ridiculously high. They'll want to sort of rebuild it this season, I reckon.
Oh, I'd love to know where he'd go. If he can't, I'd honestly, I put 100 million into getting him back at United for a season. Oh. He's my hero growing up, like him and Rooney. So I think him back at United would be unbelievable.
It'd be unstoppable, and I feel like the Glazers would do that. You know what I mean? Because they're not going to invest smart, are they? No. Maybe Ronaldo. You'd love to see it. Like you'd absolutely love to see it, but it's not the smartest investment when you could probably get Declan Rice, Sancho, and another centre back for that money that Ronaldo would be on.
Harry Kane. I would put all my money into getting Harry Kane if he's leaving this summer.
Would you?
He'd be so good for United. Oh yeah. Like I made a Premier League, I think was it Neves Football, put out a post being like, oh, United fans, if you 150 million. And I actually went like Kane and Rice, and I think Rice for 60, Kane for 90. And then I realized straight away, like, oh, I blew the budget, can't even get a centre back. So I would prioritize getting, CDM has to be the main priority for me. But I think nearly getting a striker, even though Cavani's been good, I just think if we got Harry Kane, because of how good Harry Kane is, I think we'd be so good next season. I'd happily play, Chua and Zebi or someone next season as well at centre back. Alongside
Yeah, do you reckon he's got the sort of? Do you think he's good enough though to like actually be able to compete every single game?
Yeah, for a whole season.
Champions League. Yeah.
I think when he played against PSG, I was like, oh yeah, this guy's special that he has to play. And then was it Brighton where he made a mistake? And then he looked shaky for 2 games. I can't remember who it was he made a mistake against, but he had a pretty poor game. And then he had a poor game the following week as well. And I was kind of thinking, is he cut out for it for the whole 38? And then is he cut out for 50 games? I don't know yet anyway. Yeah.
Yeah. So, it'd be interesting to see, won't it? I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
With that situation right now. You could use Godfrey, in my opinion. I reckon Godfrey and Maguire would be a good duo. No joke about it. I reckon they would tear up the league. I really do. Not like Diaz. Yeah. Not like Diaz. He's different gravy for any of you clip it up. But Maguire and Godfrey's just different gravy.
I think that would be a solid centre-back partnership. It's like Stones and Maguire. Even if we got Stones, I've seen them play it with England together. And they actually play quite well. So, like, I don't know. But Stones will obviously stay at City. You don't know why he'd go to United. But, yeah.
Yeah. Even Konza, sorry, as well. Konza would be a shout as well for your centre-backs.
I think, I don't know. I see Varane coming to the end of his contract with Real Madrid. Would probably end up going in for Varane. But obviously, I'm not complaining about that. I think I was looking at comments on these videos and people making their duets as well or stitches. And I've seen everyone going for Varane. But I don't know. Yeah, I'd be happy with any centre-back, really, that it was like that I played at a high level for a season. Yeah, because I don't like Lindelof because he just doesn't want to defend. Yeah. But I don't know. What are your... I'll ask you anyway. Obviously, you're an England fan. I don't think I've asked any... I think I asked Dylan in the last interview that I did with Dylan Tierney. I'll ask you, what are your predictions for the Euros?
Hard to say about the squad, but right now, I'd love to say it's coming in, but we'll probably just bottle it in quarterfinals.
Yeah.
Because of
I did a Euro predictor earlier, and I didn't realize, the way you do your Euro predictor, I didn't realize that if England were to top the group, because obviously Northern Ireland don't go into the Euros, so personally, every time Northern Ireland don't go to the Euros, I support England. So I'll be supporting England. I made my England squad, like, I'll actually be fully in depth as if I was an England fan. So I was looking at it, if England were to top their group, they'd end up playing one of Portugal, Germany, or France. So it's a bit like the World Cup, where finishing second is nearly the priority. And obviously, you're in a group. You're in a group with Croatia, so that could happen easily. Finishing second, I think you end up getting someone like Poland or someone from that group. It's like Poland and Spain's group, I think. So Go on.
Go on. Sorry.
No,
I was just gonna say it's just that bizarre, isn't it? The way they do it. Like, I know they do it to match the best teams, the best teams and whatnot. But you could be tactical about it. Southgate could bring out his worst 11, and try and get second, and you'd probably get a better running than some people who get first.
Oh yeah, sure. You look at the World Cup. Like, yes, England's World Cup run was amazing, but I think people have to open their eyes and be like, there wasn't a tough game apart from the Croatia game and Belgium, obviously, which he's lost was a 3-0. But he brought out a weakened squad to finish second in order to get Russia, Colombia, and I can't remember who else, but it was, and then Croatia.
It was Russia, Colombia, then Croatia, I reckon.
Yeah,
I think it was.
Yeah.
Oh, it's some. I don't know which one. The Kieran Trippier free kick was in the group stages, wasn't it?
That was the semi-finals, yeah.
Oh, was it? Oh, yeah, that was the semi-final.
It was the second minute of the semi-finals, and then obviously Perisic scored, and then Mandzukic scored the winner.
Yeah, I remember now. Yeah.
No, I remember that as well. And then obviously the Colombia game was the penalty shootout, and the Russia was the 2-0 win. So no, we should. Yeah, I think England would nearly prioritize finishing second. But yeah, I think Portugal would be a golden shot, and then obviously France. They've called up Benzema as well, so you've got France in there, Portugal. I don't think Germany. I don't think Belgium either. Yes, Belgium on rankings. But I don't know Belgium always. They're a bit like Tottenham. I think they always bottle a major tournament. They bottled against Wales. They bottled what he called against France, the World Cup against France. Yeah, I don't think they look strong at all. They look strong, but I don't think they have it in them really.
Yeah, I think Germany are going through sort of a transitional period, aren't they? Really, they're not going to they're not there yet to sort of crack on. It is really Portugal looking.
Yeah, it's a bit like Spain. Like they'll probably finish quarterfinals round of 16.
Yeah,
I don't think there'll be any real challengers. I don't think if England and Germany were to get each other, England would probably be favourites going into the game.
Well, we probably won't win though because we would bottle it, wouldn't we?
Yeah,
sadly. So it's just we have the quality to go all the way to the final, I think. Yeah. But the manager's not good enough, in my opinion. Really isn't good enough. And
you don't think Southgate's the one?
No, he's definitely not. Definitely not. No. Rather have Frank Lampard as manager, to be quite honest with you.
Really?
Really? Yeah, I'd rather have Chris Wilder, Eddie Howe, any of them. I'd rather have any of them.
Eddie Howe, definitely. I love Eddie Howe in the England job. I remember when he took over Bournemouth and he was obviously finished like 8th or something. I remember Eddie Howe really good. He's not good enough, in my opinion. And I feel like maybe Graham Potter. I'm not sure what nationality he is. Is he English? He might be. Graham Potter.
Yeah, look, maybe bring in Graham Potter. I know he would never come. It doesn't make sense for him to come. But if you want to win a tournament, you got to get a big name manager. And for me, you got to get one of their managers to get to the final because Portugal are looking like they're in their prime now. With Fernandes and Diaz coming out of a really solid season. Neves has always been good. Same with Martinho. João Felix is a shout. Yeah. Oh, Ronaldo obviously as well. Forgot about him. Yeah, you forget about the world's greatest player sometimes. Look, and then France, France, aren't they? They're just a powerhouse. They are the powerhouse of Europe. They've got the best squad in Europe. Manager's got experience winning trophies. Yeah. So I'd probably back France maybe to win it potentially. Just a France and Portugal final.
I don't know. Yeah, France and Portugal. You could throw even a shout for Netherlands, but with Van Dijk missing the competition, I know when Northern Ireland played in the Netherlands, yes, we lost, but they look so bad. They're like so bad. In midfield, you have like Frankie De Jong, Van de Beek. Oh, I couldn't even tell you to be honest, but they had like a
Davy Klaassen. Davy Klaassen's in the team.
Honestly, Stephen Davis and Ollie Norwood were ripping the Netherlands midfield apart.
Yeah.
And then we went 1-0 up, and then we went 1-1, and then 2-1, and then 3-1. Obviously when it goes 2-1, the game fell apart. So but we weren't expected to be the Netherlands, but they look so powerful. I honestly I've seen people give the Netherlands a shot. I honestly, no way. In my opinion, no way. Not a chance.
Right. Not yet. It'll be 4 seasons down the line. They're not really. The young Van de Beek, as you said there. That's just some examples. Depay as well. I know Depay's a bit older than them, but you've just got to wait a few seasons and then I think they'll do it. You know what I mean? But like when Germany and Spain come back as the powerhouses, so the Netherlands will start to challenge then, I reckon.
You're thinking like 2026 World Cup or whatever, or even
Yeah, probably. Maybe early, potentially. Depends how they do progress, but I'd say
Mhm.
probably 2026.
Yeah. I'd say so. You have like De Ligt and De Jong in the peak of their powers, and I think when De Jong is in the peak of his powers, he will be amazing. He's quality at the minute, but yeah.
Yeah. And the thing is, that's a good spine. You got to have a good spine to win, haven't you? And you got to do an amazing centre back and amazing centre mid. You know, you're halfway there then.
And Van Dijk's one of them players. He'd be like a Ramos. He'll be good when he's
Yeah.
like 33. He'd still be
Oh
amazing.
yeah. I even
Yeah.
forgot about Van Dijk. You'll have Van Dijk and De Ligt. That's an unstoppable sort of centre back partnership, isn't it? So yeah, we'll have to see about that. But
yeah, definitely. I know they could surprise us though. They surprised us in the 2014 World Cup, so they could surprise us this year as well. So I don't know. Yeah, it'd be good though. I'd love a really good Euro like competition. Like the World Cup and the Euros 2016 were brilliant, so I'd love a really good one as well.
Yeah, me too.
But
yeah.
I will just finish the interview off. I know it's everyone's talking about it at the minute, and I don't want to keep you ages or whatever. Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. We've got time.
I'm gonna ask you. Everyone's been talking about it. You're a player of the year. Unless you wanted to make a video about this, that's fine. But you don't mind.
No, go on. So it's fine. Yeah,
Player of the year, young player of the year, and sign of the season, and manager of the season, if you don't mind.
Okay. Player of the year is Diaz, without a doubt. Sign of the season is Diaz, without a doubt. I don't know.
If you pick Diaz for one, you can, even though Diaz might be sign of the season, you could say something else if you wanted to. Go on.
Okay.
Godfrey in there. Go on.
I would award Diaz with signing of the season, but I feel like that's a bit disingenuous. Like sort of giving it to him instead of the player of the year, because he has been player of the year.
Yeah.
But I'll give Diaz player of the year. Signing of the season. It is tough. A lot of people would say, I heard the West Ham fans screaming, Kufal or Suchek, blah, blah, blah. No thanks. No. Man United, who have they got? Cavani, half a season. He's done amazing, but no. Chelsea, no, none of them in my opinion. Liverpool, the thumbs up merchant, no, he's not done anything. Jota, he's been injured, unfortunately for them.
Yeah.
Then you look at Leicester, who did they sign this season? I couldn't tell you. Really dead win. Fofana, yeah, he's a shout actually. So, look, you're looking at it and you go, is it Fofana or is it Godfrey? In my opinion,
yeah.
I hear the Man United fans screaming at me, Cavani. No, I don't think it is.
Yeah, no. As a United fan, I'm saying the United fans, no. He's done it for half a season. No.
Yeah. I'm gonna take bias away from this now, and I may change my mind when I think about it, but I will have to humbly give it to Fofana.
Yeah.
Because he has won an FA Cup and he will probably get top 4 and he has done better next to Johnny Evans and Soyuncu, not Suchek.
So I'll give him. He's probably one of the best centre backs in the world at the minute. Like, you know.
Honestly, I'm telling you now, Johnny Evans is actually he's underrated as Johnny Evans. He really is.
Oh no, I'll give it as a joke because he's Northern Irish, like, but you know, I'd put him in top five centre backs of all time. Really, Johnny Evans. You know, what doesn't he have?
Yeah, well, it's a good play. It's a good it's going to be hard to disprove how good he's actually been, because he's been amazing. He has been really good. But who was it then? Where are we up to now? We've got signing of the season.
Yeah, young player of the season, manager of the season.
Young player. Is Godfrey young? No, he's like 20. What's the age? Is it? It's got to be Foden or
People have it at 23. But in the video that I made, I said I scrapped the 23. In my opinion, it has to be under 21. Because yes, you're young at 22, 23, but you shouldn't be winning the young player of the season at that age. For me, it's under 21. It has to be.
Yeah, at 23, 24, these are the sort of players, like, so we're going to start awarding it to DCL then. You know what I mean? Like, no, like, you're not going to, yeah. So I would say Mount's 21, is he?
Yeah.
Or is he?
Mount's 21, Foden's 20, and Saka's 19. Well, realistically, I thought it was funny that Diaz could win all 3 awards.
Yeah, he could.
He could win all 3 awards.
Yeah, and that's why it's disingenuous.
Yeah,
that's why the young player is disingenuous, because it's 23-year-olds who win it and not 20-year-olds.
It has to be 21 in my opinion.
Yeah. I'll go with Foden, and I know a lot of the Chelsea fanboys saying Mount. Well, where was Mount in the cup final then? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I didn't see him. Where was he? He bottled it. If he's so good, why was he there? And I know, you might be saying, oh, well, why are you relying so much on the youngster? Well, he's meant to be the next big thing, isn't he? So where was he in the cup final?
Meant to be your best player. He is your best player, so.
Yeah. Look, I think Foden. And manager of the season, it's only between 3.
Yeah.
Well, it's only between 2, actually, isn't it now?
Yeah,
Not Tuchel. I would never have given it to Tuchel. Mate, actually, no, it is between 3. So you got Rodgers, Pep, and Moyes. What has Moyes done? Moyes has gone from a relegation team to probably 6th or 7th. Rodgers has kept Leicester where they are. I think that's very impressive, and won an FA Cup, so he has improved.
First FA Cup ever as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, first FA Cup ever, and first FA Cup final in like 50 years, something bizarre like that. Pep, though, if he wins Champions League, you've got to give it to him. I think you've got to give it to him, because I would have not thought when Leicester won 5-2 against them at home, I would not have thought that they would go on to win the triple. Like, I know not the official triple, but a triple.
Yeah, no, it's a treble. It is a treble.
Yeah. If they win against Chelsea, which I do think they will, treble inbound, isn't it? I guess so. Pep for manager. So you can see it's already quite Man City based, isn't it? It's all Man City players, isn't it? I just realised. Yeah, Pep, Diaz, Fofana, and then Foden. I know Fofana's not there, but yeah, that's what I was thinking. But,
see, I said Moyes because of, I don't know if Pep's been, like, yes, City have been unbelievable, the best team in the league by miles, and Pep has been amazing. And I would say Pep's second best manager ever behind Fergie. Like, I am the biggest Pep fanboy. I love the way he plays football. I love his style. I even love what he, like what he dresses like, so I'm a big Pep fan.
Yeah.
But I just think, because he had such a poor start of the season, I think City realistically they should probably have 90-something points, 100 points, really. I think what David Moyes has done at West Ham is just a little bit. It's like the Emmy Martinez Ederson one. I just think because of what he'd done at the West Ham team, and because even how bad Moyes was last season when he took over Everton to be now. I think he didn't have half a season last season, then he had like a full season this season. I don't know. I think Moyes is so improved, but that doesn't take anything away from Pep. I feel people think if you pick Moyes, think Pep is awful, but that's not the case whatsoever.
No, yeah.
But no, I think Pep, that's perfectly fine.
Pep's not getting in there if he doesn't win the Champions League, by the way.
It will go to good show.
So that's why it's hard for me to say manager now. You know what I mean? I think player of the season is quite easy. Signing of the season and young player, but the manager one's still up for debate because Pep's got to go all the way to win it.
Yeah,
Moyes has done it already. He's already proven himself. So yeah, we'll have to see.
Yeah, I would have said Kieran for player of the year too. Just my personal opinion.
Kane. I thought you said Kane, then I had a heart attack. Then I was like, Michael Keane. Oh my god.
Moyes Kane.
Nah, Kane. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That you could give young player. Not young player. You could give signing the season to Diaz. Then Harry Kane.
In my video, I scummed it. I was like, right, I'm just gonna make everyone happy. I'm gonna put Diaz signing the season, Foden young player, and Kane player. But I think Kane's done a very poor Tottenham team. But like I said, if you give it to Diaz, I have no issue with it whatsoever. I'm not going to tell you you're wrong, if you know what I mean. But personally, I think maybe just because I scummy did I give it to Kane, but I think Kane needs some respect as well. But not saying
he does. Top assister and top goal scorer. So, but at the end of the day, they're different positions, aren't they? And I feel like maybe Diaz has got a bit of hype towards him and whatnot. Like, if Kane was a new signing, scoring 22 goals and assisting however many, he probably would get player of the season. But so there might be a bit of a bias there, but yeah, Diaz for me. He's won Pep the league in my opinion. But that's what I'd give it to him.
That center, that back four is the best back four. I think, wasn't it? Oh, who said it? Was it your boy from Man City? Julian Lescott said this is the best defense City have ever had. And that's all the Diaz. And yes, Cancelo and Walker have been amazing, especially Walker. I feel Walker goes so underrated. I really personally really like him. But I think Diaz has really transformed that back four. So yeah, definitely. I could see Diaz being player of the year easily. He probably will win it, to be honest. Because of how good I think there is a bit of bias with whoever wins the league. He usually is up there. Like
absolutely.
They're good picks. Like, I think it's so up for debate. I think you say it's up for debate, but then the manager one's up for debate. But I think the players literally it's just Diaz and Kane for player of the season, and the sign of the season's probably, like you said, if you don't give Diaz a player of the year, you give Diaz a sign in the season. So
he's gonna win one anyway.
He's always gonna win it. Yeah, so but no, I really enjoyed this. Thank you very much for coming on. I really appreciate it. I'll make sure to watch your watch along later on, your Everton game. Who are even playing? I can't even remember.
I just realised we're playing tomorrow. We're not playing tonight.
You're not even playing today? Oh,
yeah.
I look on
Honestly, it's crazy how much I care. But Jamie, it's been I've really liked this interview. Yeah, and thanks for having me on.
No problem. Hi, it's a pleasure. My pleasure. Honestly, trying to get more people on. Trying to get Paddy Murphy on. I really want Paddy on. So
yeah.
I'll give him or even Neil. I'd love to get Neil Talks Footy on as well.
Yeah. I'll go give him a message.
Oh, I'd appreciate that. I'd love to get Paddy on. I think we'd have a proper good chat and a good debate. But I've really enjoyed this. It's really been good chatting to you. I actually really enjoy your content, and I think I shout out to Mills as well, because I think Mills getting you in was the reason that we're talking here today as well. So yeah, it all works out in the end. So thank you very much. If you are watching this on YouTube and you haven't gone and followed Kieran, go make sure you go over to his YouTube channel. Watch his watch longs are really good fun. He gets a load of people on. It's always really good crack. Go subscribe to him, then go over to his TikTok and follow him as well. So yeah, thanks everyone for watching, and I'll stop this recording now.